I just finished Ironman Texas 2 weeks ago. It was my eighth Ironman, and I'm really glad I did it. Was I super happy with the result? It's hard to say. The last couple of years have had me dropping out of a lot of Ironman events I've entered, and so it was really good to finally do one and to finally finish. Um, I think I knew pretty early on in the swim that I was probably not going to do another triathlon for a while. Um, and I think that's primarily because I am just not at a place where I can prepare the way I want to prepare. And what's really fulfilling about a triathlon, and especially an Ironman to me, but really it's any event, is showing up on the start line and knowing that I did everything I could do to be the best athlete I could be and to be all in. And when that happens, it doesn't really matter if I go 9 hours or 8:40 or sub 8, because triathlon sports, endurance sports are all about personal growth. And I think what draws me and a lot of people to it is just wanting to get better and wanting to pursue something and wanting to have a goal. And so, even though to some people my time at Texas may look good, to others it may look bad, kind of depending on where you are, to me, it wasn't personally super fulfilling. Um, Again, I'm really glad I did it. It's really cool to finish an Ironman and to be part of such a big event. But it's not a great feeling to be on the start line knowing you're not as fully prepared as you could be. And sure, there's the competitive part of me that also knows that, if I'm fully dialed and fully focused, that I can be mid-pack to a little bit better than mid-pack pro. And when I'm not, I'm very much back of the pack pro. And so there's a kind of an ego part that doesn't enjoy that. Um, my training this spring has been inconsistent, which doesn't mean I haven't done some big training. I've had weeks over 20, 25 hours, up to 25 hours. I've also had weeks that were more like 7 hours. And ultimately, I have other things in my life that are a priority, beyond just my own racing. But for my own racing to be fulfilling for me, I need to be able to feel like I'm all in and not stressed about splitting priorities when I'm traveling and things like that. So what does that mean? It means I have a new athletic goal, which isn't crazy, but uh, I've done this before, focusing on running for a little bit. And I think growing up, running has kind of always been something I loved, something I enjoyed. I remember at soccer practice when I was a kid, whenever we had to run laps around the field or do suicides, all the other kids hated it, but I love to run. I love to go back and forth. Ironman Texas gave me that glimpse of really what I'm looking for from an event, from a starting line, is the feeling of preparing, of dotting every I, of crossing every T, of knowing I'm on a start line that for 20, 25, 30 weeks, I've been moving towards this specific goal. And that being said, I also enjoy riding and swimming um, and doing those things, being outside. So I've decided to race some marathons in the fall and spring and do it while still swimming and riding. Saturday long rides, at least right now, are a non-negotiable for me. I just love getting out on my bike too much. I love the Texas hill country too much. And so I've kind of mapped out a plan to get there for some fall marathons. Every week, what I'm going to do is just review my training. It's going to be kind of nerdy, sciencey, and the goal is just to sort of share kind of my framework and how I think about training. Hopefully, people that are interested will kind of learn a bit of how I think about training and how I approach it. And I've learned a lot from different mentors and coaches as well as personal experience, and um, I'm always learning more. The way I'm going to start this training block is I just finished 2 weeks off. You can see here are my training peaks. I did a little bit of activity the week after the Ironman, but not that much. Then what I'm going to do is starting this week, I'm going into essentially 36 weeks training, but it's going to start with 12 weeks of very base aerobic focused. Doesn't sound groundbreaking, I know. Over the last few years, I haven't actually had a super extended period where I only did easy aerobic work. I've always jumped into workouts maybe a little bit too quick in my opinion. And so I want to use this summer. I want to use the heat to just slowly progress and build mileage in a safe manner. One of the things I've noticed as I've gotten older is just my tissue doesn't recover as fast. So stretching, being careful with intensity, those kinds of things are super important. So I'm going to spend 12 weeks building my mileage up really slowly. The first week next week is 35 miles. Which I know is still a good bit of running for a lot of people. My goal is to double that over 12 weeks. So with the starting point of 35, it's going to take me about 12 weeks to get up to the 70 to 75 mile mark. And during that time, I'll basically do 0 workouts. I'll do a lot of easy running. I'll do strides, 4 to 6 strides a couple times a week. Once on flats, once on hills. I'll do a solid long run that might progress to a bit more zone 2. Then at some point, I will start incorporating a little bit of light tempo. The goal is that by the end of 12 weeks, I can handle the mileage pretty easily and kind of ready to start some workouts essentially. And I'm fit, but also fresh. The other things I'm going to do, at least for the summer, just to prioritize my health, are lift heavy twice a week. That'll be a non-negotiable, being in the gym, and really just emphasize trying to eat enough. Eat a lot, maybe too much. I think that will help keep my tissue healthy. I've had a lot of different little injuries and niggles over the last few years. I'm pretty healthy right now on the running front, and I want to stay that way. And so I think by building mileage slowly, limiting intensity, doing heavy strength training, and eating a lot, that's going to keep me super healthy. And if that means I carry 5 to 8 more pounds than I'd like to on race day throughout the summer, I'm totally fine with that because I'm going to prioritize being healthy and also just having good energy throughout the day. As supplemental things, I'm going to ride long on Saturday. Like I said, it's Saturdays in the hill country are non-negotiable for me. I'll swim with masters a couple times a week, 2 to 3. I'll probably do another bike ride once or twice a week, just depending on what kind of works out. But I won't really worry too much if I miss those sessions. I'll stay true to the mileage progression, keep an eye on overall load, and then mix in the swimming and riding as it fits and as I enjoy. So yeah, just gonna have fun with it. Every week, what I'll do is I'll do a little deeper dive into the week of training. Yeah, just how I approach it, what races I'm going to do, and then often how I incorporate these things for the athletes I work with as well. So I hope people that are interested in that kind of thing enjoy, and feel free to DM me on Instagram or send me an email, mark@paragontraining.org, if you have any questions.